Hey, it's Brookie. Think of chords as movable. So if you learn a D chord, take it up 2 frets and you got an E. And so forth. 1 more fret's F, 2 frets is G, 2 more frets is A, 2 more frets, that's B, 1 fret is C, and 2 frets is D. Bonus, not all chords work as nicely as the D. All right, let's look at a C chord for a second. If you take it up 1 fret, it's kind of messy. 2 frets, you get this kind of mystical D chord. 1 fret gets an E flat. That works. 1 more fret is E. Some of them don't work real well, but there's an F. Some of these are rotten, okay? But that one works as a G. Yikes. You could add your pinky here. That's a nice G chord there. So that would be like a 10, 9, 0, 8, 10. G, B, G, G, D. Very nice. If you go up 1 more fret, it's pretty lousy. But 1 more fret is A7. That one you can hit multiple strings. The open strings all work. That's an A7. But yeah, some of them are great, like that E flat. All right, let's do something. Let's make a C again. Make a C7. That fixes a lot of the problems that we had with those open strings. If you go up 1 fret, you got a C sharp 7. Just want to avoid the outer strings, I'm pretty sure. That'll make it like a C sharp 7 sharp 9. Go up 1 more fret, D7. If you add the open string, you got a D9. 1 more fret, an E flat 7. I'm sure we don't want the E note. We won't even torture you with that. But if you go 1 more fret, you got an E7. Of course, you could use the open strings. So your job really is to take any dumb old cowboy chord and move it up and see what happens. And you're going to find out what works and what doesn't. Let's say a G chord. All right, here's how you kind of spoof a guitar student. You just or annoy your bandmates. Take a G up 1 fret and strum it. All right, that doesn't work, but maybe up there you can make like a C add 9, maybe a D suspended 4. Those are going to be pretty rare. So G doesn't work that well unless you bar it like this. Like here's an A or a B, a C. It's pretty painful. A D. Pretty rare you're going to use that. The E major, go up 1 fret. That's cool. Make this weird F. one more fret, it'd be like an F sharp. That's pretty neat. One more fret, like a G6, one more fret. This one's pretty sour. One more fret, A, very good. Kind of a sad B flat. One more fret, it's like a cool B. So you can really get some good ones with that E. I'm going to just tell you to move it around. You tell me what works. If there's any chord, you know, you can move it and something's going to happen. A minor. You might have to modify it. A minor. That's like a B minor with an A bass note. And then here, make like an A shape there. It's like a C chord now. So if you put those together, you got you could use your ring finger to lay flat at the 5th fret. Bring in what open strings you like. You know, 5 string sounds pretty good. 6, a little boomy with that low E. I'm sure there's more that work with that. So any dumb old cowboy chord, just slide it up the neck and experiment, see what you come up with. And then that's how I taught myself to play, is just trying everything. Like, ew, that sounds bad. Try a different note. Until process of elimination, I was able to come up with like kind of like the structure of music. Major scales, minor scales, blues scales, pentatonic patterns, or maybe just weird patterns that I had no words for some of the things I learned. But yeah, just try everything on guitar. But usually it's going to be based on your basic chords, which you'll find some of those in my chord book. Of course, on the first page, the chord yoga page, they're pretty much almost everything you need is there. Just about. And then on the next page, we got a few strum patterns. I didn't go crazy with rhythms. I'm mostly just checking out chords. But on page 3, you got your A, D, E. Put those together. The next page is like kind of a review and some little song ideas. And then the next page is like a review with some new stuff. So it really takes a long time for my students to get through page 5 and to remember them and to be able to play them pretty quickly without, like calling a tow truck to put each finger in place. They have to just be pow. You just got to be able to grab them pretty quick without hesitating. Yeah. So, all right, man. I just finished a PT, physical therapy for my shoulder. Man, it feels pretty good. I'm stretching out. Pretty fun. Getting some motion in my shoulder. Loosen up. I think, too much mousing and reaching and stretching and hunching forward over the guitar, plus falling on the ice was not good. But I'm starting to, for guitar players, you might need to stretch back or do some this or that kind of stuff, you know, stretch out these muscles and strengthen them. I got a bunch of exercises. Anyhow, excuse me. All right, man. Good luck with moving those chords up the neck. And have fun practicing. Keep practicing. Thank you.